every spoken word, what your soul has longed for, what your heart can feel is already here, is already real.
There is no one out there, there is no one else. You hold all the answers deep inside of yourself. There's a voice that whispers, there's no you, no me. There's just one, there's just unity.
One power, one presence, one life to lead the way. All loving, all knowing, that answers when you pray.
When the world looks darkest and your eyes can see, gather all your troubles, give them all to me. I am always with you, I will always be. I am one, I am unity. We are one, we are unity.
Good morning, my dear Unity friends and family. Welcome to our online Sunday service. My name is Jana and I am your hostess today. I am incredibly happy to be of service to this community. Thank you for honoring the call of being here with us. It is my delight to share in the Unity experience with you. We come together this morning as a spiritual family, in one mind, with one heart, and one consciousness, to radiate the light of inner peace and love to each other. Today is United Nations Day. The United Nations was founded on October 24th of 1945. This organization oversees issues of human rights, international security, and democracy, just to name a few. Their end goal is to achieve world peace. As a Unity Truth student, world peace is our goal as well. So today we honor this organization. We can do our part by bringing our collective consciousness to the one humanity that we are. Let's acknowledge who we are and what we represent at Unity of Ventura. We are a radiating center of spiritual well-being. We're known for our outstanding speakers, for our fabulous musical ministry, and for our welcoming congregation. At Unity, we promise to provide a loving and accepting environment that inspires personal and spiritual growth through the practices of unity principles as expressed through our co-founders, Charles and Myrtle Fillmore. We welcome all people, happily welcome all people. We welcome people of all backgrounds, all ethnicities, all ways of thinking, all thoughts. We welcome people of all upbringings, all philosophies, all races, all creeds, all religions. We welcome everyone. That's why we're called Unity. Wherever you are on your spiritual journey, know that we are here to support you. For a moment, I invite you to turn within as we move into the opening prayer. Sweet Spirit, we let go of all outer circumstances and conditions as we come together today in your presence, your power. We fill this sacred space with unconditional love, and we radiate that love out into the universe. We are the all-wise, all-loving, all-conquering children of God. We reign supreme in all affairs of the mind, the body, and the soul. We are perfect just as we are, and we behold the perfection in all of God's creations. We send a blessing of light to each person here, as well as to those unable to join us today. We give thanks in advance for the insight and musical experiences we are about to receive. We are grateful for this time to gather, to worship together, to support and love one another. We affirm that each person be divinely blessed and uplifted. We know that wherever we are, God is. We say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So it is. Amen. We continue now with the reading of the daily word. We remember that we are one with millions of readers all over the world reading the daily word. Today's word is intuition. The affirmation is, I trust in spirit and follow my intuition. Just as birds know when to migrate, I am blessed with intuition, an inner knowing of wisdom of the heart. It is my sixth sense. Beyond what I see, what I hear, what I taste, touch, and smell. Intuition provides me with a direct link to spirit, where all truth resides. This inner knowing helps me know if I am making a wise decision. I discern when to take action and when to be patient. Through intuition, I may receive a flash of insight. I may have an instinctive feeling about something or someone. I move forward as guided. As I trust in spirit, I find confidence in an invisible yet certain knowing. It may be felt in the stillness, or it may be triggered by an outside event. a sign I see, or a phone call I may receive. I learn to trust my higher knowing, and I act accordingly. Today's message was inspired by John chapter 8, verse 32, which states, "You will know the truth, and the truth will make you free." Today's word is intuition. Our affirmation is, I trust in spirit, and I follow my intuition. So it is. Amen.
I dreamed of rain and the rains came, soft and easy, sweet and clear. I dreamed of rain and the rains came, and peace spread over the land.
I dreamed of rain and the rains came, soft and easy, sweet and clear. I dreamed of rain and the rains came, and peace spread over the land. I dreamed of summer and the winds changed, and the green was easy, and the rivers ran clear. I dreamed of summer and the winds changed, and peace spread over the land. And the flowers bloom in the desert, and the air is fresh and clear. I dreamed of rain and the rains came, and peace spread over the land.
I dreamed of freedom and the moon rose, and the way was easy, and the path was clear. I dreamed of freedom and the moon rose, and peace spread over the land.
I dreamed of freedom and the moon rose, and the way was easy, the path was clear. I dreamed of freedom and the moon rose, and peace spread over the land. And the guardian stars are shining, and the night is bright and clear. I dreamed of freedom and the moon rose, and peace spread over the land. I dreamed of heaven and the earth sang, and the sound was easy, and the song was clear. I dreamed of heaven and the earth sang, and peace spread over the land. I dreamed of heaven and the earth sang, and the sound was easy, the song was so clear. I dreamed of heaven and the earth sang, and I dreamed of rain and the rains came, soft and easy, sweet and clear. I dreamed of rain and the rains came, and peace spread over the land. I dreamed of rain and the rains came, soft and easy, sweet and clear. I dreamed of rain and the rains came, and peace spread over the land. And the flowers bloom in the desert, and the air is fresh and clear. I dreamed of rain and the rains came, and peace spread over the land. I dreamed of rain and the rains came, and peace spread over the land. I dreamed of rain and the rains came.
Let's continue now with the statement of truth. As we speak these words together, let's take this truth into the very center of our beings. I will say it once and then ask you to virtually say it with me. There is only one presence and one power active in my life and in the universe, God the Good. Together, there is only one presence and one power active in my life and in the universe, God the Good. Let's prepare for a time of quiet contemplation. I invite you to find a comfortable place. Close your eyes and release all tension from your body. Drop your shoulders and relax your arms at your sides or sitting on your lap. Take a few cleansing breaths as you go within to the place where Spirit resides. Quiet the mind and open your heart. Right here and right now is all there is. Intuition is a natural inner knowing that is always available to me. In this moment, I let go of attachments and outcomes as I become peaceful, receptive, and trusting. I ask, I wait, I listen. I let Spirit speak and act through me. As I open myself to divine wisdom, I access knowledge that is beyond my personal resources. proposed situation is beyond my scope of intuition. Putting God first, my life takes on order and wisdom of spirit. And I know what I know to be true. I trust in spirit, and I follow my intuition. I rest now in this moment of silence as I allow my inner guidance system to lead me to my highest and best good. It is time to bring your awareness back into this time, this place. Bring with you your open heart and mind, feeling refreshed and renewed. Trust in your higher knowing and act accordingly. We say thank you, sweet spirit. So it is, and so we let it be. It is time to introduce our guest speaker to the virtual pulpit. I am thrilled to welcome best-selling author Laura Day to our pulpit this morning. For over 3 decades, she has been assisting individuals and institutions on how to use their innate intuitive abilities to create profound changes in their lives. Her work has helped demystify intuition. Laura's topic this morning is called The Circle, a healing service. I am so excited. Please help me welcome Laura Day.
Before I touched record on this video, I took a moment to feel all of you here together with me in my living room, all of us in unity, to create something new in our lives together today. We tend to imagine sometime in the future or worry about what we should have done differently sometime in the past, but the time is now, and that is what we are going to be doing together today. Welcome, I'm Laura Day. Welcome to Unity of Ventura, and welcome to my living room. I am the author of 6 books on intuition and healing, and I will describe those terms for you in a moment. And I am what is nicely called a practicing intuitive. Most people call me a psychic. I make my living by predicting the future for companies, and my joy is to teach other people how to use these innate gifts of intuition and healing to create better lives and create stronger communities. Because as I know, you must know, by belonging to a group called Unity, together we're strong. What one person cannot do, two people can, and an entire community is unstoppable. So intuition is non-local perception. It's the ability for you to be anywhere in time and space with your senses, be able to experience the future, be able to be inside somebody else, the ability to hear what someone's saying or needing or feeling, even at a distance, and the ability to send those experiences to others. These are, after 60 years of very convincing, well-documented parapsychological research at the university and military level, absolute realities for all of us. There is no such thing as a psychic, and there's no such thing as a healer. That is every single one of you. So when I began my career, I began it as a test subject. I was in my early 20s, not sure if I did anything very well in the world. I had what is now nicely called a unique brain, ADHD, very disorganized. I would know a subject but not be able to find it in my brain for a test. All those important things that make us successful human beings, at least on the surface, I was very much lacking. In my early 20s, I became part of a group of researchers who were looking at what the human mind could do, what the brain could do, what our other capacities are. And as I love to say to my students, as they're wondering if they're good at anything at all, and as they're beating themselves up for all the things they do wrong, my pathology became my potential. What was wrong with my brain actually was useful to someone and became what was right, and the beginnings of what has now been a 40-year career in intuition and healing. One of the things that I love the most about both intuition and healing is that it has a real impact on our lives, and we all can do it. It is a part of all of us. It is truly innate. Now, just like emotions, if we didn't train emotions and they were all over the place, they wouldn't do us much good. And the same is true with intuition. If you just pay attention, for example, to some of the conversations that you're having in your head right now. What if I told you the people you're talking to, they're hearing you? And perhaps you didn't start the conversation, perhaps they did. So if it's not a good one, you need to find ways to end it. So intuition is not only something we all have, but it's something that often interferes in our life. It's that porous part of ourselves, whereas it sounds really wonderful to say, I'm an empath, I can feel someone else. It actually is not much of a gift. Being able to feel yourself, view somebody else with some detachment, and then use both intellect and intuition to be of service, that's a winning formula. So that's what we're going to work on today. After writing my first 3 books on intuition, I sat back one day, took a break from being the expert, and said to myself, wow, I have a brain that can tell the future pretty reliably and can know what someone's feeling or thinking. I have all of these, seemingly superhuman abilities. Why is my life such a mess? Why am I finding everything so very difficult? And an answer really came through me. Now, those who know me well know I am not much of a mystic. I am kind of a math and science nerd, and I like intuition because you can prove or disprove the information you get. But this book that ultimately became a book just kind of came rushing through me as if saying, Laura, here are the pieces. You've got them. You're just not putting them together right. These are the pieces that I want to share with you today. They came to me and I put them in a book called The Circle, How the Power of a Single Wish Can Change Your Life. And it's really a book about using all of your abilities as a human being and using them in community to create a desired change. So I'd like to go through the circle with you together. But before I do, I want to give you a piece of really obvious wisdom, and isn't most good wisdom pretty obvious? Which is life can be amazing and wonderful, and our senses can taste, feel, smell, see, hear, know the most incredible joy. But life is a mixed bag. Life is also challenging and hard and not predictable, even for the best of psychics. And we need, each of you needs to take a moment to honor yourself for being in life and doing each day, no matter how imperfectly you may think you're doing it. Because valuing yourself is the beginning to being able to use yourself differently in the world and allow the world to give you different gifts. It also allows us to suspend what is really an illusion of separateness and connect more deeply with one another. See that everyone is doing their best in this moment, and the next moment has the potential for a miracle. So let us take a moment to prepare to do the circle together. Those of you who have pen and paper handy, you might want to grab them. And this is really a process that you can experience and then you can apply. You know, intuition is part in a bookstore. There are a couple bookstores left still. It's in the New Age section. And part of what I often object to about the New Age is that it's very throw the baby out with the bathwater. You know, it's not have less sugar, it's have no sugar. It's not eat, less fat, it's have no fat. It's not balance your difficult thoughts with good ones, it's only think positive. It's not pay attention to your nutrition, it's pay attention to your nutrition and don't take the medicines that might be able to save your life. It's very polarized. And the less we polarize in life, the more we find community in how we think, in what we do, in how we feel, the more we find success. The real question in life is, does it work? And then, does it work for many? So I would like to give you a system that I have found works. So before we begin, and please do this while you're doing everything else. People always go very zen to calm themselves or meditate, or they feel like they have to reach a state to be intuitive or to send healing, or even to send or experience prayer. But that can and should be a part of everything else you're doing in your life. The more that your magic becomes part of your mundane, the more effective it's going to be in your life. If I had to take 20 minutes out of my life for everything I'm supposed to do to make my life better, exercise, meditate, breathe, stretch, I would have no time for life. How about you? So let's begin the circle. And we always begin anything by being here now, which, there are all these magicalized words. Mindfulness. Mindfulness is just being right here in your environment, in your body, in your experience, to the degree that you can be, because we all can only do the best we can do right here, right now. So take a moment without going zen. You don't have to do something else to be mindful. Being mindful is just being aware of what you are doing. Taking a sip of water, scratching your head, Just be here now. Okay, and from there, I am going to take you through a journey of change. As I speak, I want you to allow, not look for, but allow the experience in your own being and in your own life of where I am guiding you. The big confusion with intuition is that people think it's creative visualization or brainstorming or imagining. And intuition is the opposite of that. Intuition is allowing. So if I say allow the experience of a summer day, you don't imagine it, you don't look for it, you notice with those same senses you experience life. You notice what you're noticing. And for example, I am seeing a rug. I'm going to show you if I can without screwing this up. I guess I can't. I'm seeing a rug with these big, beautiful flowers in front of me. So my attention, my actual sight is giving me this summer day experience. You allow the experience. So the process of the circle begins with intentionality. Every effort has a gift. The gift of intentionality is conscious creation. What is intentionality? What is it you intend to create in your life right now? And make it simple. We all do these shopping lists, and shopping lists aren't good because they keep your awareness all over the place. You want your awareness like this. You want your target so you can hit it. If your targets are all over the place, the arrow can't find it. In one statement, one inner statement, what is your new reality? Okay? I'm going to give you a moment. And you may want to write that down. Try to keep it to a picture, a sentence. Where are you going? What are you intending to create? When you make that choice, you create it consciously. Simply making a choice and reaffirming that choice over and over and over and over in your life engages intuition to go outside of what you know and allow in the possibility and the opportunity for what can be. And it brings us to the second element of the circle, which is embodiment. And the gift of embodiment is awareness. What is embodiment? Okay, we took a moment to be mindful, to simply be in our lives right now. Embodiment is allowing, once again, not looking for, not imagining, but allowing all of our senses, including our thought and memory, our outward and inward vision, all of our senses, to experience what little parts we can experience right now of that wish as if it had come true. We call it in the circle, when we do that, our new reality. What is the new reality you intend to create? And allow the experience of that. Now that experience, let's say your new reality is love, and you're embodying, and maybe the first thing you feel is your loneliness. And then you begin to notice that your neighbor sent you over fresh baked cookies this morning, or you begin to notice that someone out of the blue just called to see you were okay. And you begin to notice where that love exists in your life. And then those receptors, they come to life and they open. And sometimes when things come to life, it's like when your leg falls asleep and then you get blood back in it. It's a little painful when things come to life, when you begin to feel them again. But they come to life. And those same receptors begin to notice things that maybe don't make sense to you in the moment, because we can only imagine from the past. We can't imagine what will be because we have no exposure to it. That's where intuition comes in and gives us that experience in little bits and pieces. And as we allow ourselves to experience things that maybe we can't even connect to or understand yet, in that experience of embodiment, of allowing, what we get as a gift, as a very powerful tool, is awareness. And awareness gives us the recognition of something that we have never been exposed to before. So when you meet it, you will see it. The next element of the circle is ritual, and the gift of ritual is sacredness. You are held together by your patterns, by your habits, and by your beliefs. And those patterns, habits, and beliefs are wonderful things. They allow you to function. They allow you to make decisions in the world. They allow you to get up and brush your teeth and eat your breakfast. These patterns are our lives. However, when we want to make a change in our lives, we need to make a change in our patterns. And how do we do that? Through ritual. Now, ritual does not have to be a kinky, full moon chicken dancing around a fire naked. Ritual can be setting a place at the table for someone you hope will show up. Ritual can be taking a moment to sit in the morning and connect with everything you love in yourself, to open those receptors to connect with everything you love with others. A ritual can be eating one less French fry. Ritual is any intentional act that breaks an old pattern, or at least challenges an old pattern. And the gift of ritual is sacredness. You're not doing something just because you've always done it that way. You don't even know why sometimes. You don't even know, it has nothing attached to it that's special. You are giving your action a sacred power, a meaning. And if something doesn't have meaning in your life, it's really important to ask yourself, why are you doing it? The next element is synchronicity, and the gift of synchronicity is effectiveness. If you have been doing those first three elements of the circle, you will find that all of a sudden you're working with life instead of against life. You're working in the proper time zone of here and now with an awareness of the future instead of working out of your habits from the past. And what you'll find is you connect with opportunities and you expose and deal with obstacles in a really new way. It's almost as if the world is co-creating with you, because all of a sudden you're in this point in space-time. You're dealing with the world and not with the past. And when you work with what's real and when you work with the world instead of against it, you are effective. So the gift of synchronicity is effectiveness. And if you've been working on all of those elements, what you'll find is that you're going to need to let go of parts of self, of people, of old habits, because new things want to come in. They might be right here in front of you, but there's no room because your life is always full. If you are living in a one-room apartment on Oreo cookies and watching daytime TV and never going out, your life is still full. Life is always full. So making space and consciously choosing every day, does this need to be here in my life? Does this person or the way I interact with them, does this need to be here this way? Does this habit need to be? Where can I make space? So, and the gift of making space is transformation, so I can use that space, that energy differently. So transformation can occur. So once you make space, what happens next? Coherence. So you have a wish, but all those parts of your life need to work together. And this is the part of the circle where intuition and intellect and discussion, even negotiation comes in. How can your wish work? How can you find new ways to deal with the other parts of your life so it can accommodate this new reality? Intuition will give you a lot of guidance and ideas. It'll just shift you in directions toward people, toward ideas, toward reading an article, toward habits, to bring the different parts of your life together. But it's also sometimes really helpful to say, okay, here are the important parts of my life. Let me look with intuition, intellect, other people's opinions, let me really look at how do I make this work? the gift of coherence is right action. You're not doing this, but then you pull back from this because it affects this, and it becomes a tangle, a push me, pull you, and Dr. Dolittle, lots of energy and not going anywhere. No, all of a sudden, all the parts of your life are working together with, of course, constant negotiation, because that's life. And then we go to outer roadblocks, and the gift of outer roadblocks is intuition. If you cover your eyes to what's wrong, you cover your eyes to what's right. And intuition will guide you. Intuition is not subtle. Intuition will push you in the direction. You'll see the same sign, literally a billboard, over and over and over again, and then you'll say, wait, I've seen this 7 times today. Is it trying to tell me something? Intuition will use anything in your environment, in yourself, to get its point across and to say, hey, outer roadblocks, these are real things in your earth reality, in your outer world, that you need to address. And intuition will help you address them. But I think that we often feel very disempowered as human beings to make change. You know, we are constantly told that we are not enough in so many different ways. And then we tell ourselves that we're not enough. And listen, your own inner dialogue is your own self-hypnosis. Make it good self-hypnosis. You can only tell yourself things that are true. I can't tell myself I'm 5'9", because I am 5'5". But what I can say is I am tall and I am strong, and that is truthful, and I can believe it, because for women born in my era, I am an inch taller than the national average. So outer roadblocks give you the gift of intuition, because when you allow yourself to see empowered, realistic thinking, when you allow yourself to see what's right and what's wrong, knowing that you are devoted to doing something about it, intuition is free to give you all that information that you may have been repressing. The next element is inner roadblocks, and the gift of inner roadblocks is healing. A lot of us are trying to save situations that are already over, people who are already gone, things that we wish we could have been for others, but the situations have already passed. Inner roadblocks are those inner tapes, those old wishes that once really had purpose and meaning and don't anymore. The gift, and they will come up as you go toward anything new. The old patterns that get in your way do come up. You come up against them. You cannot help but come up against them, because they hold you back. So inner roadblocks, though, you will come up with a choice. Do I want to be right here because that was important in my family? Or do I want to make this a success? And in those transitions, in those new questions, in those sensations, in those memories that come up, is that gift of healing. And healing is using old energy in a new, wise, and effective way. I love the last element of the circle, and we are using it today. Even when you feel most alone, we live in a unified field. We are part of one another. And one of the things that I have loved about being an intuitive and researching intuition, you know, seeing the studies that if I send you a picture of blue, you see blue, even if you've never met me and you're 1,000 miles away. I mean, the research is incredible, and it shows us that we truly are never alone. We may feel alone, but we're not. Contact is not easy. You know, if you've ever gone to a family dinner, everybody has a different agenda and different feelings and different perceptions. Contact takes work. Contact takes honoring oneself, you know, not walking away from who and what you are and what you want and what you believe and what you're creating, but being able to find space in that to make a place to touch and work with another. And the more that we can do that on the broadest possible scale, the more we have the opportunity for unity. And unity is immensely powerful, because if one person pushes a heavy door, it might not open. But if all of us come together and we push together, it's effortless. Find places in your life for contact. Negotiate where in yourself you have trouble making contact, or where you choose perhaps making contact with people where unity is not possible in this moment. There's always possibility for change. Find the unity and use it. Every morning, just about, I go on Instagram Live and we just do a really quick joining, because one of the great privileges of working as a healer and an intuitive is that I have been able to experience over the last 40 years that when we come together in unity, even if it's not in complete agreement, but we find that place where we can join and we work together, we can create anything almost effortlessly. So I'd like to take a moment in closing to suspend the illusion of separateness. And if you firmly believe you're separate, then I want you to suspend this belief long enough to try suspending that illusion of separateness. Know that as I speak to you here, you are speaking to me, and we are in unity together. And that through that unity, I can offer you my challenges to take into the world and to help me co-create a better life. And you can offer me yours, because your challenges are the hardest for you. You are limited by your experiences and beliefs and habits. But with perspective, they're easy for me. Oh yeah, I see how I can move you and reorganize and change you, and you can do the same for me. You can do the same for each other. Just like you are the hardest person for you to heal, because you don't see what you don't see. You avoid what your tender parts, whereas for a healer, they go right for them. So let's together right now, in this last minute we have together, take a breath. We don't have to relax. That's another speaker. Take a breath, suspend the illusion of separateness. Make a commitment to join together for one another's well-being, and to bring all of that well-being back to ourselves. I have been so honored to be included today as your speaker at Unity of Ventura, and I hope to have the opportunity to join you again.
be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. And when the night is cloudy, there is still a light that shines on me. Shine until tomorrow, let it be. And wake up to the sound of music. Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. There will be an answer. Let it be, yeah, yeah. Let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom. Let it be.
Wow, another beautiful arrangement from Smitty and Julia and the entire music team. That was an outstanding rendition of Let It Be. And thank you, Laura, from the bottom of my heart. I am just elated to have you with us this morning. It is a nice reminder to know that I can count on my intuition to help me make wise decisions for my highest good. This is the time in our service where we practice the spiritual law of circulation and we offer our gifts to Unity of Ventura. As we give, we contribute to the success of our church home. There are many ways to donate, and by now, I think you know all of those ways. Whichever way you choose to donate, know how very grateful we are. As you give joyfully, willingly, and lovingly, I invite you to place your gift, your virtual gift, close to your heart, as together we recite the following offering. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I give. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I receive. Sweet Spirit, we bless these offerings. We bless every check, every coin, every bill, knowing that they will be used in the will and the work of God through this ministry. We bless each giver knowing that they have given from a place of kindness and generosity. We know that they are being richly blessed in magical and wondrous ways. We thank each person for the sharing of their prosperity, and we see that prosperity returning to them 1,000-fold. We say thank you, sweet Spirit. Amen. Well, folks, this morning's service has definitely been one for the books. I feel completely uplifted and spiritually fed. I hope you do too. We truly are blessed to be part of this fabulous Unity community. Again, I wish to thank Laura Day for her outstanding message today. Just incredible. Thank you. Thanks to Reverend Dr. Temple for providing us with these fabulous guest speakers. Thanks to our entire music team. And a special thanks to Smitty for all the behind-the-scenes work he does to bring success to our services each week. Finally, a very special thanks to each one of you for being with us today. We are Unity of Ventura because of every one of you. Remember to stay right here after service and join us in the spiritual salon for some fun conversation with your congregation, with your family, with your Unity family. And just know that whatever we talk about today will be most enlightening. No one ever knows what will come up. But stay right here after service. Before we bring today's service to a close, I have just a few announcements. Firstly, if you need prayer of any kind, we remember that we now have an email address to contact the prayer team directly. Please feel free to contact the team at prayerministry@unityofventura.org. Again, that's prayerministry@unityofventura.org. Next week, we welcome another new guest speaker to the virtual pulpit, so stay tuned. We conclude this week's service with the singing of the peace song and the reciting of the prayer for protection. Until next week, peace and blessings to you.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as our creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous love. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.